This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and today we're taking a look at the Deuter AViANT Access 38, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. So when it comes down to materials here, we've got two that we're working with. Bring you a little closer so you can see them. But we've got a 600D polyester, which is Blue Sign approved, and then a 240D polyamide fabric. So you've got a little bit of a more lightweight fabric for when you don't really need as much durability, and then you've got more durability in the places where it matters, like here on the bottom and in those contact points. But overall, very happy with the look of these materials and how they've held up. There are a few loose threads on this pack, and I did notice that it got a little almost like, I don't want to know what to call that, just like a thread that got loose, and it doesn't look very nice, but I don't think it actually affects the bag at all. I think it's more of just kind of like a flesh wound, so to say. So overall, like how it looks, but I have noticed a few things like that and the loose threads, which I'm curious to see how this holds up long term, so be sure to check out that usage timeline. We've got not very many zippers on this thing because there aren't that many compartments, but all the zips are from YKK. So this main compartment here, these are locking zippers. You can throw a lock in between there. It doesn't come with one, but you can get one on Amazon or wherever you pick up your stuff. And something to note about this main compartment zipper is that when you get up here, there's this like little cover area up here. And I think that's so, it's like a security thing. So if you put the zippers up here, you can leave them there and it's hard for someone to gain access to it even if you don't lock it. But it does make it kind of hard to access that main compartment, and just, you never really get used to it. It just kind of slows things down. So something to think about. We've got 3 handles on this pack. We've got these two, which are very similar to one another, one on the top and one on the side. They've got some nice padding and they're comfortable to hold on to. They're not too big, not too small. And this is nice for on the airplane, or if you're riding public transit and you want to just hold on to it instead of wearing it, you can grab those handles. And we've got another handle here on the top, which is a bit smaller and a lot less comfortable to hold on to, but that's so you can like put it on a hook or something like that. Like if you're in a public bathroom or at your hotel, Airbnb, wherever you're staying, you can just grab that and hook it up and you're ready to go. As far as other hardware on here, we do have these buckles on the compression straps here on the side. These do a really good job of cinching the pack down, and all this hard plastic hardware is from YKK as well. So we know them more as a zipper brand, but these buckles do a good job of holding these things together, and the compression straps overall do a good job of making this thing smaller when you've got it fully packed out. So on the back panel here in the harness system, I should start by saying that all this stuff is packable. This hip belt can pack here behind the back panel. You can feel it a little bit when you have it in there just because it's a little bit of extra material, but it almost feels like more padding, so not a huge deal, but it's nice to be able to get that away if you don't want to use it. It doesn't come off. And then these shoulder straps here at the top, we have this zipper up here, so you can stuff these inside and then zip it away. So if you're at the airport or you're stowing this in your closet, or you get to your hotel and you're not really using this pack, you're going to use a packable day pack or something, you can get those out of the way and stow it neatly. And then we went over those handles, or on this side actually, these handles to where you can carry it if you need to. But these shoulder straps are very malleable. You can really, they kind of conform to your body because of that. They're just very easy to kind of work with. You can see me kind of like just crinkle it up there. A fair amount of padding, and then we do have that mesh as well to keep things cool. I find this very comfortable even when the pack is fully packed out. At 38 liters, you can fit a ton of stuff in here, but these are still comfortable. We do have load lifters on the top as well, so you can kind of move that weight around, get it comfortable, or if you're out for a long day wearing this thing, you can shift it around to kind of be a little bit more comfortable. Got a sternum strap here. As you can see, it's not really on a rail. It's got little access points so you can move it around but not really get micro adjustments, but you can take this off if you don't want to use it. I know some people aren't a huge fan of sternum straps, but you can also pull that and you got a little bit of extra tension there. But overall, very comfortable pack. You can see the width on these hip belt as well, just very comfortable. So I'm all packed up now. Everything's all secured. And something you might be able to notice is that this backpack is really big. It's not, like too big, like it's a 38 liter backpack. This is a big travel backpack, but it comes down pretty low on my bag, or on my back, I should say. So if you do have a smaller frame size, this thing's gonna ride pretty low, because I'm 6 foot and I can't remember my torso height right now, but it is on the site, and it comes down pretty far. So if you are shorter, that's gonna be, you know, pretty low on you, but if that doesn't bother you, this is a very comfortable carry. I really like how these, the hip belt and the sternum strap, shoulder straps all kind of come together. It's kind of hikey. It reminds me of packs I've tested from Osprey, and just very comfortable. It kind of feels like you're having a hug the whole time. And it's really nice that if you don't want some of these features, like if you don't want this hip belt, you can stow it away. If you don't want the sternum strap, you can take it off and not use it. So I really dig the customizability of this pack and just how comfortable it is. So moving inside this pack, we only have 2 secondary compartments, one of those being the laptop compartment. So we have access to that on the side over here, this zipper right here. The zipper can, like almost with this compression strap, can have like almost like a locking mechanism you see there. You can put that up over there, so if someone tries to grab it, not like really like you see that on other packs, but I've used it like that and it never really came down. But this laptop compartment is absolutely huge. One thing to note before we get inside there is this loose thread was there when I started reviewing this pack, testing this pack, and it's been there the whole time, and I just kind of wanted to see how long it would last. And just for the sake of this video, I'm going to pull it out. So that is the end of that loose thread. That's really the only large loose thread I saw when testing this pack, but just thought I would show you guys that. But as you can see, there is a ton of space in here. This is a 15-inch MacBook, and as you can see, there's a lot of space left over up here. I mean, that's at least probably 1.5 inches, and when you go further in, you can kind of put it down a little more. There's probably 2 inches in there, and there's quite a bit of space on the length side, or I guess the width side as well. So you could fit a big laptop in here, should you want to, and there's not any organization inside there, but it's amply padded on both sides of the compartment, so I never had any worry about stowing my computer in there, and just a ton of room to work with, which normally you don't have enough room to work with in the laptop compartment, especially if you like a bigger screen like I do. So nice to see that this pack has a huge laptop compartment, and on their site I think it says 13 inches, and if it's a 15-inch, no problem at all. So if you have a larger laptop, this is a good pack for you laptop-wise. So moving to the top, this is the other secondary compartment right up here. It's a quick access pocket, and when we look inside, you can see I've got my phone and my wallet in there. Pull those out. Quite a bit of space inside here, so I'm going to set this down just so you can see my hand going there to see how large it is. So you can see my hand going in, and now I'm at the end. So it's about that deep, which is pretty deep for a quick access pocket, and there's no organization inside there. We have this one key clip, which is pretty short. You're not going to be able to open your door without taking the keys off, but that's not a huge deal for me on a travel backpack, so this isn't really going to be your daily carry. So, and the clip is easy enough to use. No issues to report there, but no organization inside of here, but I kind of like that. I kind of like just having a dump pocket to put all of my quick use items, like I could put my headphones in there, my phone, my wallet, and just things that you're going to want to have with you all the time. If you like having organization for every little thing, that might bother you. And also I should note that that pocket shares space with the main compartment. So when this is completely packed out, you're going to be taking space away, or it's going to be hard to load or unload your gear. As you saw when I pulled my phone out of there, it was a little bit tight because I have this thing packed out. But when you don't have as much in there, it's going to be easier to get things in and out of that pocket. So somewhere I think this pack really shines is in the main compartment. Again, you have to kind of get over this zippered area, so I'll just do it like I've been doing it. So that wasn't too painful, but it just takes longer than, I don't know, like it should, and it just kind of annoys me. I don't know why. That extra security is nice, but it is a bit annoying. But once you're inside, I think that this is somewhere where the pack really shines. So we've got this tongue here that has a little bit of extra organization, lid, whatever you want to call it. We've got one pocket up here with mesh on it, so you can see what's inside there. This is a good spot to stow socks and underwear and stuff like that, so you can see what they are. And also if it's something that maybe is a little bit damp, you can put that in there, and it won't get kind of suffocated by the liner material. I didn't find myself using these pockets as much because I didn't take this on a plane when I was testing it, but I think I would have if I was on a plane. When I went on a weekend trip with this thing, I just loaded up packing cubes and loaded those inside this section. But we've got another pocket down here on this side, and this one does not have the mesh, so it's not as breathable, but also if you don't want people to be able to see what's inside this pocket, or you just don't really care, you can throw some extra goodies inside there. So once we get over here, there's really almost no organization. We have one side pocket here, and when I went on my weekend trip, I threw my mouse in there just because I didn't really have anywhere else to put it because my mouse doesn't fit inside my tech kit. So that was where I put my mouse, and then I put my mouse pad on top of everything else, which I travel with a mouse pad. It's a little bit weird, but it works for me. But on the rest of this, we have these compression straps here, which kind of are nice to strap things down, especially if you aren't a fan of packing cubes. But without packing cubes and organizers, this feels a little bit chaotic to me. So if you were to just put your clothes in here and stuff like that, like these do a good job of holding it down, but there's still a lot of extra room to work with, and things are going to kind of turn into like a tornado pretty quickly. So I'll unstrap these so we can kind of see the bottom of the pack. Got a big sweater here, a toiletry kit, packable jacket, tech kit, and then 2 compressible packing cubes. So as you can see here on the bottom, now that everything's kind of out of the way, there's no organization back here. So this is the laptop compartment here. Let me just pop that so you can see my hand poking through there. And it secures to the back with a hook and loop fastener. So if you unfasten that, you get a good look at the frame back here. So there's a metal frame on the back here, which is nice because it spreads out the weight and kind of just even things out and adds some structure to the pack. But if you want to make this thing kind of more like mashable, like if you're really trying to squeeze it into a small space, or you aren't a fan of super, structured packs, you can remove it. It's really not easy to do, but you can. It just kind of like comes down to the bottom here. It's like a big, almost like a coat hanger, and you can do that. But I like having structure in my pack, so I left it in. Just slide that back down. But as you can see, like there really isn't that much organization. You've got 1 pocket there and then 2 pockets on the lid here. So packing cubes and stuff like that are really essential to make this area, I don't know the word to use there, but just make it easier to find things and keep things organized. You absolutely can use this thing without packing cubes if that's how you roll. These compression straps are really handy. And I also found them handy when I took my trip. I had a packing cube that wasn't a compressible pack like this. So this was able to do the compressing of my pack kind of for me. So I was able to really cinch it down and get a little bit of extra space in the main compartment. But overall, very happy with how this thing carries and just how much I was able to fit inside of it. It doesn't look that huge and doesn't have that wide of a profile, but I could fit a ton of gear in here, and because of the harness system, it remained very comfortable. So there you have it, the Deuter AViANT Access 38. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.